Today we'll aim to answer the question, can you still get a cheap pint in Scotland? Join us on a rather spontaneous wee trip, visiting pubs in Stirling and Glasgow on the hunt for a cheap drink. Hello folks, as you know, we're not shy of a few pints, but with the recent price increase, we were wondering, can you still get a cheap pint in Scotland? We're in Stirling and we thought we'll check out a few pints here. Check out a few pubs in here, see what the prices are, and then we'll go to Glasgow and see if there's been maybe a wee change in prices as well. On our way to our first pub, as you know us, we'll probably stop at anything that looks beautiful and historic. So if you want to skip to the first pub, I'll put the timestamp below. Because on our way to the first pub, we're now passing the Athenaeum.
This is quite a nice street, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but this is like a Wetherspoons, but we will not be going here. Yeah. We will actually try and avoid any chains. Well, sometimes it's difficult. I don't know if you've noticed it, but sometimes for me it's difficult. Like Wetherspoons, you know straight away that is a chain, but sometimes it's not clear if it is like a Belhaven pub.
Yeah,
or Green King. Yeah. What would you like?
I'm gonna get a pint of Magners.
Yeah, I'll have one as well.
Can we get 2 pints of Magners, please?
Are you just in for drinks?
Aye.
Yeah, please. How much did you pay for 2 pints of ciders?
So 2 Magners was £9.20.
So that's £4.60 per pint.
Which isn't expensive compared to Glasgow standards.
That's very true.
And it's hard to tell if the 30% increase has had an impact on it or not.
Well, isn't it up to 30%? So
no. So it was a 30%. It was a 30% increase on the base unit price. So like I think stuff like vodka, which is generally cheaper to make and is sold cheaper, has had a larger increase in price. So like because it's a higher percentage alcohol.
Right.
But yeah. Also another thing, if you've seen on the it said I'm in.
Oh
it was
yeah.
Talking about independent places. A lot of places seem to have it, whether it's a pub or a restaurant or a cafe.
Yep. So if you want to support independent pubs, just have a look for that wee sign. Or cafes, yeah. Also, we should have given you maybe a wee trigger warning before the first pub, because when we did our pub crawl, there seemed to be quite a few people who got a bit upset that we didn't drink traditional drinks like whiskey or any other, I don't know, Scottish traditional drinks, and or beer.
Because we don't. Well, I don't like.
So we'll be quite honest. We're not going to start drink things just for that we don't like, just for the video.
Imagine being a billionaire in 1902.
Yep.
I wonder what that would be
in today's money.
It must be a lot. But then
a bit more than what we have.
Yeah.
So after our very long walk, that took about 10 minutes, not even. Are you ready for the next pub?
Yeah.
So half an hour ago we said we wouldn't go to a chain. Do you want to explain where we're going now?
So I think it's a Belhaven pub.
Yeah, and why we're going there?
Because it's in the city walls of Stirling.
So it's historic.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
And because Ian's done a bit of research, right?
Yeah.
And how much did you see was the cheapest pint?
So I think it was earlier in the year in 2024, and Dunfermline
Yeah.
in Fife had the cheapest average
Yeah.
pint, which was £2.97,
Yeah.
which is mega cheap if you compare it to like any of the big cities.
Aye, that's really cheap.
Um,
Because that also means, look, if it's an average, right? So that will be like
yeah, there'll be
a
ones that are
range.
much lower.
Exactly. So, but those that are much lower, which would be something like Belhaven or Spoons or something like that.
Yeah.
All those chains that have probably cheaper prices.
Yeah.
How much cheaper do they have to be than £2.97?
Well, so also while looking at this, Wetherspoons, technically there is a lot of places that are like Wetherspoons that are cheap, and the cheapest I seen for like a pint of Tennent's was, I think it was £2.45, and it was in Ayr. There's quite a few places where it's £2.45 for like a pint, but like if you don't consider Wetherspoons, then yeah. I think it would be too easy because you could literally go anywhere.
That's true.
That's not a big city, and it would be cheap in
Yeah.
Wetherspoons.
Let's see how Belhaven is.
Maybe we'll try and get a spirit in here. Hiya, could I get a rum and Diet Coke, please? And can I get a glass of Prosecco?
So we actually went up to the terrace just because it was quite loud, and it's not that cold.
No.
So we're just going to make most of, well, the dry outside and of the dry weather. So we paid £11.94. You heard I said a glass of Prosecco, no?
Yeah, I don't think you get.
Oh,
I don't think. Like,
not good. Well, okay.
so we don't know 100% what the split was, but let's assume it was like
yeah.
£6 odds for yours. For a spinet, it seems a bit more expensive.
Yeah, but let us know if you've noticed a difference in your local pubs. And more importantly, if you know where to get a cheap pint of cider, sorry, not a pint of cider.
Or a spirit.
Or a spirit.
Or if you've noticed that there's cheap beers.
Exactly.
Because although we won't drink it,
would we still just go there?
Well, if they've got cheap beer, surely they have cheap cider.
Aye, exactly. Let us know where to go. Probably you'll find us there next weekend. That was the city walls. What did you think?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice. Well,
it'd be nice in summer up in the roof kind of.
Aye, exactly, but I must admit, I prefer the previous one. Anyway, the next pub will be the Cross Keys, which is only 9 minutes away from here. Look at that. It was a post office.
Yeah.
A bit like in Paisley. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up somewhere here for you. But now, what is it? A pub. So Ian just said, well, film the outside and don't film inside. Let's see how much filming we get. That might be our cheapest pub that we've been to.
I think it will be.
Fantastic.
tide.
We paid £7. How much?
£7.70.
£7.70.
So it was cheap. That's why it's
So
more.
£3.60 for one gin and lemonade, or maybe like gin and tonic, and
A rum and coke.
I was allowed
but it
to
was,
say how much lemonade I wanted because she didn't have a can, or they didn't have a can, and Ian had a rum and coke,
yeah.
and it felt like it was a huge measure.
Well, I think it's a standard measure.
Oh, maybe it was. Anyway, so we're now off to Glasgow.
And we'll
We're
let
hoping,
you know.
well, yeah, we'll let you know how much it costs there if the prices have changed. Don't you find it crazy that the train is literally empty on a Saturday afternoon to
We're into
Glasgow?
Glasgow. That's pretty
Yeah. I thought people would be like going to Glasgow to have a wee drink or partying.
Maybe it's a bit early.
Maybe we're getting
Maybe I'll
old.
just-
It's bedtime.
Please check your entire journey before travelling. We apologise for any inconvenience caused.
That's us back in Glasgow. Let's see how we can get to our last pub, because today and tomorrow there's a great Scottish run. Today is for kids and tomorrow it's for adults. So it's difficult to navigate through the city centre. If you've watched our pub crawl, then maybe you can guess which pub we're going to next. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. How much was that then?
So it was £8.75.
Oh, that's cheaper than, much cheaper than City Walls.
Yeah, but then I don't know. We never got comparative things.
Well, we can compare it to the Cross Keys.
Yeah, well, the Cross Keys was £1 cheaper than this.
Aye, well,
But we're in the centre of Glasgow.
yeah.
Can I always expect to pay a better premium?
So what do you think? Do you think we can still find a cheap pint in Scotland?
If I'm being honest, I think in terms of prices, it doesn't seem much different. I think it's more impactful when you go into the supermarket to buy something.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
like vodka and other cheaper spirits have been like negatively impacted with the price increase.
Yeah.
And I think like wine, that you can't get a cheap bottle of wine now. Seems like,
Well, you couldn't really find it before, I would say.
well, yeah, I think it's worse now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. We haven't done much shopping since the increase.
Aye. Let us know if your local pub has been impacted. If you would like to buy us a drink or a coffee, we've got a QR code here or a link below in the description. These both will guide you to our Ko-fi website, and any support would be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for joining us on our spontaneous trip, and we'll see you in the next video. By the way, YouTube thinks that you'll enjoy this video. See you there.